Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do something a little bit different and just have some fun designing my dream guitar. So if you enjoy this video, hit the like button, and if you're new here, hit the red subscribe button down below with the notification bell on so you can be updated every time I put out a new video. So today we're going to go ahead and spec out a custom Mayones. Mayones, however you want to pronounce it, is a company based out of Poland that makes very high-end guitars. They are personally, in my opinion, the best looking and sounding guitars out there right now on the market. Now I am a little biased, I will admit, as some of my favorite artists represent them. So if we take a look over at their website now, you can see on their artist page, they have Aaron from Interverse, they have Morgan Tommaso from Virginia. I follow him on Instagram and they're an extremely talented group. Jakob Sateki, I think I'm saying his name right. C2A is also on here. He's one of my favorite prog metal instrumentalists today. And Rick from Polaris. So Ryan Sue from Polaris. Obviously both of them. And of course, yeah, like I said, C2A. John Brown, obviously. So let's go up and just click on their homepage. Now, I haven't had the chance to try out a Mayones yet, so that is my next step. But today I just wanted to go through the website, looking at the different models and going over some of the different options you can spec out, so we have an idea of hopefully what I'll be ordering in the next year or so, as I'm saving up for one now. So right here on their homepage, you can see they have this configurator. I went ahead and opened two of them, but let's go ahead and open this one. And the first guitar we're going to look at is going to be the Regis Core 6. This is going to be the one that has an carved top and arch top, whatever you want to call it, and it has binding that goes all the way around it. This is probably one of the more expensive options, but it is one of the most beautiful options in my opinion. So I opened the Regis Core 6, a Devella Elite 6, and a Hydra. Let's go ahead and start with the Regis. So right-handed option, of course, Swamp Ash body. I'm going to go with the Swamp Ash, as that's probably my favorite. That does usually kind of come as the standard, I guess, for the Regis. And I actually really like it with this 4A grade quilted maple instead of the 5A grade. I think that, same with the flame maple, I think I like the 4A better. Here's the 3A flame, 4A flame, and the 5A flame. The 5A looks amazing, but you would be saving a little bit of money by going with a lower grade, and I actually think that I like the way that the 4A grade looks better. Now, of course, this is just a digital representation of the guitars. As you saw when you agreed to their terms, they said that it's just a digital representation. It's not how the guitar would exactly look. I do have their Instagram open as well, so we can take a look through some of the guitars, some of the pictures that they've posted, just so we can see some actual guitars. But as we go through this, these are going to be the options that I go forward with. Let's take a look at the quilted maple 4A grade, and we're going to go with this satin finish, as I think that looks the best. And on the Regis, they have more options for looking through different finishes. I'm just going to show you, here's a very popular one, this Natural Fade Blue Burst, as they call it. I really like that. It's one of my favorites too. I think this black and the purple both look extremely beautiful. And I also just like just the straight purple or just the straight black. But I think for this, we're either going to go with this Trans Graphite Burst, or we're going to go with one of these Galaxy Eye finishes, like this light blue or the purple. Let's see, red. The red looks nice. That green is actually really cool. It's really hard to have a beautiful looking green guitar, but I think it's so hard to not go with that blue. I love purple, but oh man, I know everyone's gonna say that this is their favorite. I just know it, but I really like that purple. Okay, we're gonna go with the Aquamarine Galaxy Eye for now. And for the neck, I like wind gale on the neck. I love the way, as you can see here, the contrast that you get with the white binding, with the lumen lays that have the black ring around them, and then the wenge wood for the neck. It just gives a beautiful contrast, and I love it. just a straight ebony board, I think, is what we're going to go with everything standard. 24 stainless steel frets, 24 and 25.4 inch scale length. The metal logo, I think. Yes, the metal logo. And I think I like no inlays. Now, on these, they have the new Mayones TKO pickups by Barenakar as the standard. They very much look similar to the Seymour Duncan Nazgul Sentient set, which is one of my favorite sets. And you can't really pick too many options for these. You can just pick kind of what the bobbins are going to look like, or if you have this cover. These black ones that have the black pole pieces and slugs, those are the Nazgul Sentients. I mean, that's exactly what they look like. Those are probably what I would go with, but for this, I'm just going to click on the TKOs, as I think that looks cool. I mean, you could go through Barenakar and they have all the options for picking different colors. Actually, I do think that looks beautiful with white. Let's see what the zebra is. The zebra looks pretty cool too. Of course, you have those options from Barenakar. It does look pretty cool with the chrome or the white. But we're just going to stick with the TKOs for now. As far as the control layout, I think just the standard volume and tone with the push-pull on the volume for the split coil. I think that's the best option. Sometimes I'm worried about how close the volume knob gets to your bridge or the low E string, as my pinky has sometimes roared down the volume. And, you know, that might just be me. It just might be poor technique. But I think if I were to try one of these out, I want to try out one that has the standard control layout. Black speed knobs, perfect. Looks classic and beautiful. The lumen layers, you can see here you have the blue or the green. Obviously, if we're going blue on the guitar, I think blue would look the best. And the binding. Like I said earlier, I like the contrast with the white. The guitar does look good with the black, but yeah, I like the white. Not very many things that I would change. Now, I will say, of these fixed bridge options, I think the Schaller Hans, or Hannes, is probably my favorite, like John Brown uses. I just can't help but really want to get one of those. They look like they'd be the most comfortable bridge out there. All right, so I think that this is what we're going to go with for the Regis Core 6. This is the specs that I would choose for this guitar. Now, let's move on to probably what I would want to start off with, which is the DeVille Elite. It's probably my favorite model. I love how aggressive it looks, and of course I love the bevers on the horns. I love the headstock shape, just everything about it. Alright, so the DeVos come with a mahogany body, standard. I think I would want to probably stick with that as well. I do like Swamp Ash for the body of a guitar, just because you get a little bit more of a, I guess, percussive kind of tone with it. It has a higher resonant kind of tone to it than mahogany does. Mahogany is very warm sounding. So if I wanted to have a guitar that was very aggressive and snappy sounding for the rhythm, then I would definitely go with the Swamp Ash instead of the mahogany, such as John Brown's models. The whole body is Swamp Ash, and then they put maple in the neck instead of the Purple Heart right here, just to get some of that maple sound in there, which is, you know, a classic. But in this case, let's stick with the mahogany for now. I think my favorite option might be a Swamp Ash. That's the tonally enhanced option that Mayones has. It's just a roasted or baked or whatever you want to call it, caramelized. I think I like the flamed maple the best. And they don't have as many options on here right now for the finishes, but that's why I have their Instagram up so we can take a look. I think I really like what Morgan Tommaso has, and he has one that has some bare knuckers that have the white. And now, which when you see here, if you click on the black screws, they still have the slugs that are chrome looking, the nickel looking. I do know that bare knuckle now offers all black slugs and screws if you put those in, the pull pieces and everything. So Morgan Tommaso actually has a guitar that looks just like this pretty much, actually, before Barenakar offered the black slugs and pull pieces. So he just had the black screws, and then it had the nickel pull pieces, or the slugs. So let's stick that Schaller Hans bridge on this one as well. Oh, Looks like that's not loading just the straight black. But here's what it looks like with Chrome. So in this case, let's go ahead and just click on the hip shot just so we can see everything. But we're going to, let's leave the bare knuckles on there in white. I think I want to get some Ragnaroks maybe. I really like that purple. Maybe with the burst. Okay, so I think actually, let's take a look at just straight purple, flame maple, 4A grade with some Seymour Duncans in there. That flat black, the matte looking ones, which are the Nazgul Sentients. Maybe add a mini switch. Maybe if you didn't want the push pull, but even just the volume with the push pull for a quarter split, honestly, I think it might be the way to go. You have just the one option with the DeVoe series with the 1 gauge purple heart, which I absolutely love. I kind of like just the natural. I know C2A has a 7-string DeVoe that has just the natural, and I think it looks awesome, actually. So maybe I would go natural or black with the white, or probably purple. Maybe the graphite burst, but you can't see on this configurator the galaxy eyes like we have on the Regis. You can't see them on the DeVoe. So for now, let's go ahead and leave this on the purple. And let's take a look at the Hydra. Now, I absolutely love the Hydra. I think for a headless guitar, it is one of the best looking ones out there right now on the market. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love Strandbergs. I think that Strandberg definitely makes the most sense for how ergonomical they are for an 8-string specifically. Now, as far as a 6-string, Strandberg is awesome. If I were to get a 6-string though, I think I would want the Hydra if I got a headless. 7-string, it's kind of hit or miss. I don't know if I'd want to get the Hydra or the Strandberg, but once you have 8 strings, I would definitely just pick a Strandberg straight up every single time. I think that a headless guitar with, you know, fan frets, multi-scale frets, I think that the Strandbergs have it down the best. I like where they put the parallel fret. I think it looks awesome. The Hydra specifically, once you add the fan frets or the multi-scale Hydras, they look kind of funny because the pickups are slanted so much and then the bridge is slanted a lot, and it makes this whole area that looks beautiful on the straight scales, it makes this whole area with the wood just kind of look a little funky. That is in no way me trying to put down Mayones. I think they're absolutely beautiful. I just prefer the way that the straight scale Hydra looks over their fan fret one or the multi-scale one. So if I was going to get a multi-scale headless guitar, it would definitely be a Strandberg, hands down. But if we're talking about just getting a 7-string or a 6-string, in this case we clicked on the 6-string because I think that's the only option they have right now, then I would definitely get a Hydra because I think it just looks absolutely beautiful. And again, let's take a look at, you know, I kind of really like the master grade Buckeye burrows on these, but let's take a look at the quilted maple on these. Satin finish. You know, part of me actually wants to see what it looks like with the natural. That kind of looks cool. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think of all these options in the comments below. Let me know if you think they look ugly, if you think they look cool. I think that the 4A grade flame maple in, see, this one's not showing the gray with the burst. It's just showing it like gray regular right now. This is still in beta, by the way. They have not released the whole final version of the configurator. As you can see up here, configurator beta version 1.0. They definitely have put a lot more work into it since it first came out. They didn't have the Hydra, for example. That's something pretty new. And they have some more options for the DeVoe. I think there was a minute there where they didn't have any options for colors when you clicked on iPoplar. Now, iPoplar on the DeVoe is what would normally be standard. But for a while there, they only had the natural for the only color for the iPoplar, but they actually do have way more finishes Now that is awesome. Even compared to the Flame Maple and everything, they have way more options. That's probably because it is the standard for a Devel. So let's go through those since I totally missed that. I have a Keith Merrill guitar that has this finish on it, and I love it. Ooh. This is pretty popular. Transgraphite black. Ooh, I like that purple a lot. When you go to their website and you click on the Elite 7, I think, it might be the 6 string, they show it in just a blue, and it looks absolutely beautiful in those pictures. For the longest time, I just wanted a blue eye poplar Devel, just like this. Galaxy Eye, green, red, and blue. That looks really cool, but I think I prefer it on the Regis with the binding, and definitely in a quilted maple instead of the eye poplar. Now they do have these horizon finishes, which are pretty cool. Like the purple to natural very much looks like John Brown's signature guitar. And I love John Brown's signature guitar. I know he has a couple, but if we go down and click on signature series under guitars, right there, top thing, the Q series, the Catsies, I think they still are. This 7 string, and I think they call it Purple Heather or something, Winter Heather. Dude, that just looks so freaking awesome to me. I love the way that John Brown's signatures all look. And when you look at the back of them, they have maple instead of the purple heart, because the whole body, like I said before, is swamp ash, or actually I think it's hard ash. It's not even swamp ash. So they used maple in the neck, and this is, as far as I know, not an option that you can get unless you were to get John Brown's signature guitar. Everything about that guitar looks so freaking beautiful to me. But that's not what we're talking about today. We are talking about specking out custom Mayones. Sounds funny to say, plur. Ooh. You know, that's kind of weird, but I kind of like it. If it had a little bit more of a fade to it, which of course, you know, they're all going to look different in person. This is just, again, a digital representation. You know what? Let's just stick this straight purple, like I think I had it before, and go back to the Hydra. And I wonder if on the Hydra, if you click on iPoplar, if it also has more finish options. Yes, they do. That's so awesome. There's a lot of, I've seen a lot of these, like my guitar that I have now. I keep seeing a lot of Hydras that have this blue, dirty purple blue burst, and I am absolutely in love with them. So let's go, you know what? Like we were talking about earlier with Morgan Tomaso's guitar, let's go black flame maple with the white pickups. And let's see if putting the black in there, no. But I think if you, okay, so if you click on the aged, it can kind of make it look like they're black, because that used to be an option, but not just the straight black. So I would pick straight black, but for the picture, just for how it will look right now, let's go ahead and click on the aged. Gonna do, yep, just like a Devel. Black dome. Oh, I didn't even think about I like the black. All right, so here are the models that I spec'd out, starting with the Regis. I think that on the configurator, at least, this is how I would spec one out if I was going to buy one. I would definitely go with the Swamp Ash and the Wingay neck options, a quilted maple 4A grade satin finish, and the Galaxy Eye aquamarine finish. I think that looks absolutely stunning, and I could definitely just buy that guitar just as it is, just like that, nothing else, and be totally happy. For the Devel, I think I would go with the standard eye poplar, everything pretty much standard, but purple finish, and I would go with the Shallow bridge, but that was not showing up. I would probably go with my Nazgul Sentient pickups, and that would be pretty much just like that, maybe blue. And on the Hydra, I really like it with the black flame maple with the white bare knuckles, probably some Ragnaroks, and yeah, those are my top options that I would pick on all of the models. So let's go ahead and take a look at their Instagram now so you can see some actual pictures of some of the guitars that they've built. So over here, bam, yeah, first thing, absolutely beautiful, just a gorgeous Regis custom shop. Just that standard blue. Oh my gosh. Ryan Seuss inspired guitars. I think I'm saying his name wrong, but absolutely gorgeous. I love the carbon fiber etch on those bare knuckles. See, this is a Hydra that I was talking about that has the fan frets, the multi-scales. Now, this picture, I think, looks actually really cool. So, you know, maybe my opinion's changed a little bit on that, but I think just a standard Hydra in a straight scale looks the best to me. Right now, at least. It's just my opinion right now. Here's another Hydra multi-scale length. See, still looks awesome, but I just prefer the straight scale on the Hydra. And here's some with both. Multi-scale, straight scale. Let me know what you guys prefer down below in the comments. Do you like the multi-scale or do you like a straight scale in general, but also specifically for the Hydra model of Mayones guitars? They also have this new Aquila models, I think, which look a little bit more traditional Strat-like. Same thing with the DeVille and multi-scale. I think I just prefer straight scale on these. Of course, you know, if it's 8-string, you might be talking about something a little bit different, but like look how beautiful this purple quilted maple looks. Oh, look at this purple to natural fade. This is actually transgraphite fade dirty purple. This looks like Aaron's guitar. Yeah, from Interverse. Oh, I like this straight satin blue. Looks maybe a little metallic-y. Monolith Racing Blue metallic gloss. Yeah, transgraphite burst. That's beautiful. The Galaxy Eye purple. That looks awesome. Just going through. Okay, let's go to their website real quick and go back. John Brown Signature Series. These old Catsies, yeah. These had some awesome finishes. I love this Catsie finish that goes from like a grayish kind of antique looking natural color to this dark purple on the outside. Yes. Okay, but back on their Instagram page, yeah. So like I said, this is just a good example of the finishes on real guitars that they've made, and they look absolutely beautiful. I think every single one looks cool. Look at this. Oh man, I love this trans black satin with the caramelized, or the TEW is tonally enhanced wood. They have it on the body wings and the bird's eye maple board. Absolutely beautiful. Up towards the top, I think I passed one a little bit. Yes, this green. I think they have a really cool natural to green fade on some of these. I've seen some DeVilles that have that. And kind of like this. Yeah. But that's still a Regis. But yeah, absolutely beautiful. I love this Regis. And I'm not saying that that's exactly what I would get. It, of course, is probably going to change a million times as I just play around with this. And I promise I'm trying to not have gas gear acquisition syndrome. I am selling a guitar before I buy another guitar. But for today, that's all I have. Make sure you go follow Mayones on their social media, especially Instagram, as they post those beautiful pictures of their guitars. And if you enjoy this kind of video, leave a comment down below so I know. And of course, subscribe with that notification bell on. But as always, guys, you've been awesome. Thanks for watching.